Are you a fraud if you charge people for piano lessons and you don't have a music degree or a certification? Well, hey there, I'm Phoenix and I'm the tattooed piano teacher. So many of us were raised thinking you go to college after high school, you get a degree in what you want to do, and the longer you're in school, the more money you'll make once you get out of school. But the times, they are a-changin'. So if you want to be a piano teacher and you didn't go to school for it, are you out of luck? What really are the essentials, the qualifications that you will need to teach piano lessons for a living? Let's talk about the qualifications in 3 categories. We have our education qualifications, our experience qualifications, and our business qualifications. After teaching piano lessons for 20 years, these are the things that I've narrowed it down to that you really do need in order to teach piano lessons for an income. First up is education qualifications. So the big question, do you need a degree to teach piano lessons? The short answer is no. Now this is coming from someone who did go to school. I do have my bachelor's in piano performance. After going through that experience and now having my own piano teaching business for 10 years and teaching piano lessons for 20 years, I can kind of gauge was it really worth it? So if you asked me, I had to start all over. If I was, 18 years old again, would I still go to school to get my music degree? The answer is yes, I still would. I value my bachelor's degree and everything that I learned at college. It definitely made me a much better piano player, and it taught me a lot about music theory, music history, and a lot of the things that are the foundation for what make me a good musician and in turn make me a better piano teacher. However, a lot of what makes me a great piano teacher has absolutely nothing to do with what I learned in college, and a lot of the skills that I needed to be a successful teacher and business owner, I was not taught in school at all. That feels like a whole nother video topic, but in short, I'm happy that I got my music degree, but I would not discourage someone from becoming a piano teacher if getting a music degree is not in the cards for them. I've met people who have advanced degrees in piano specifically who would not make good teachers. And I've met people who are amazing piano teachers who never got a degree at all. So I don't think that we can say degree qualified. Those things just aren't exactly equal. So if you want to be a piano teacher, you're serious about it, but you don't have a music degree and you're probably not going to get one, what are the alternatives? The parts of college that were really, really invaluable to me as a growing piano teacher were my piano studies and my theory studies. So you could definitely find an amazing piano teacher in your area and take some private lessons from somebody who is 17 levels ahead of you, right? That would be so invaluable. In fact, taking weekly hour-long lessons with a piano master is probably going to get you farther in becoming a better pianist and piano teacher than any college degree would. So that's the first thing I would suggest. Another thing you can do is to get a mentor who has taught piano for many years and has learned through experience, or you can get a mentor who got the education. So you can learn from somebody else who paid for the college tuition without you paying for the college tuition, and you can get all of that knowledge and advice wrapped up into succinct phone calls, video calls, coffee chats, whatever, rather than spending 4 years at a university. Now, on the business side of things, you can learn those things from business classes, courses, books, even YouTube videos. There are so many people out there that are just sharing amazing knowledge, and I like to share lots of business tips. So if you want to subscribe to my channel, I'll give you as much help as I can from a piano teacher perspective, having run a business for 10 years. And then as far as the music theory and the music history, that side of the education, you really can learn on your own by reading books, or you can take a single class or classes in music theory. You can even get one-on-one tutoring, kind of like private lessons, but just with music theory. So if you feel like you're a little lacking in that category, that's the kind of stuff that you can learn in a short amount of time. You don't need 4 years to learn that. So that's what I'm going to say about the education qualifications. Take it or leave it. Let's move on to the experience qualifications. I think in order to give lessons, you have to have had lessons. So years of private piano lessons yourself. Do not try to teach piano lessons if you have not had years of lessons yourself. That is a must. Along with that, I would say your ability, your piano skills need to be up to snuff. So what level are you playing at? I think piano is one of those things because it's such a complex world that you can't just be one page ahead of your student. Some other things you can, piano is not one of them. So if you are playing at a level 3, do not start teaching piano. Okay, there, I said it. Performance experience. You have to have performed in a variety of settings before you can coach your students to perform. Okay, so have you played in recitals? Have you done a recital of your own? Have you played in public places? Have you been an accompanist? Have you played in church? Have you performed in front of people? There are so many psychological aspects to that. The only way you're going to know how to coach your students is if you've experienced it yourself. So if you feel like your skills are really good and you've had years of lessons, but you just haven't had a lot of performing in front of people experience, you can give a recital. It's okay. If you're an adult, you can give a recital. You can rent a recital space, prepare 4 pieces, maybe 30 minutes of music or something like that. Invite your friends and family, invite people on Facebook, whatever, give a recital. You can do it. And you could do that every quarter for a year and get some experience under your belt. Additionally, if you do choose to take lessons as a grown-up, then hopefully that teacher will have you performing in different settings as well. The 4th category in experience qualifications would be continuing your education. I mean, no matter what level you're at, you want to do this anyways, but are you going to workshops? Are you learning from other piano teachers? Are you being mentored or reading books or something? How are you growing? How are you getting better, more knowledgeable? So if you've never read a book about being a piano teacher, if you've never studied with a higher level piano teacher and experienced piano teacher as your mentor, if you haven't gone into that world head first, you need to do that first before you teach your first lesson. But then the 5th category, I'm just going to say it, you learn from doing. You learn by doing. You're probably never going to feel entirely ready to teach your first lesson, and that's okay. There are just things that you are going to learn along the way. Most of us veterans would probably cringe at how we taught our first lesson, okay? You don't know what you don't know. So get as ready as you can, but then just start teaching. Get a mentor, ask them all the questions that come up, but just start teaching. Finally, we have our business qualifications. By the way, if you like this sort of content, you're interested in becoming a piano teacher, hit that like button so I know to make more videos like this. Business qualifications. So first of all, there are some small business startup musts. Like there's some things that you have to know so you do not get into legal trouble. So you do not, there's just some things you need to know. Now, a lot of these are not just specific to being a piano teacher. There are just some general best practices in starting a new business. And if you teach one lesson, you have started a new business. So if you have no idea where to start on the business side of things, then click the link in the description to sign up for my free email challenge. It's 30 days. I'm going to send you 12 actionable steps to get the business side of stuff all set up before you teach that first lesson. That's completely free, so make sure you get on board with that. And then you do need a little bit of investment capital. This isn't really related to the qualification, but you might not be able to become a piano teacher with absolutely $0. There might be some things that you need to get set up. You might want to become an LLC, and then there's some state fees you might need to, you're going to have, something. So just be prepared that if you feel like you've checked off all the other boxes, just know that you want a little bit of cash to work with to get your business up and running. So I hope that brings some clarity as to whether you are qualified and ready to teach your first lesson tomorrow, or if there's some things that you need to work out first. Keep watching here. I'm going to go over what are some of the benefits of becoming a piano teacher, and I will see you there.